No one told me anything.
I don't either.
Huh?
I don't either.
I didn't know. I thought everybody had the baby. Everybody's telling me I have a baby.
You're bad at your own job.
Okay, so number 1 is what type?
What?
Exponential.
Exponential. You would know if you were here on Friday. What type is 3?
Linear.
Yep, it's linear.
A liar.
At least you got it right while you're cracking jokes.
I did get it right.
I don't see you contributing to classroom discussion. Over there on your phone. Talk about my friend. Okay, what about 5?
Exponential.
Quadratic. Okay, 5 is quadratic. Okay, all of the rest of the exponential ones are going to go in this order. Okay, they're going to go simplifying, product rule, power rule, division rule. Simplifying, product rule, power rule, division rule on every single question. Okay, so the very first one is going to be simplifying, and then you can see it goes product rule. The next one would be a power rule. Then the next one would be division rule. Okay, so if you need this on your paper, write it down. This is what we do with the exponents. That's what it's called. Okay, so the very first one is simplifying. Does it have any zeros?
No.
Does it have any negatives?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to move it. Okay, and so it's going to be 2 to the 1 on the bottom. It makes that 1 positive. Some of you guys are still putting it as negative, so make sure you do it positive. And a 1 goes on top. And that's it. Okay, so we just did a simplifying. According to what I said, it should be a product rule next, is it? How can you tell it's a product rule? No. How can we tell it's a product rule? Okay, see the dot?
Yeah.
That's how you can tell it's a product rule, which is kind of multiplication sign. I knew what you meant, but. Okay, so product rule, it says add the exponents. So we're going to keep the base, and we add the exponents together. So you got -4 plus 3. Okay, what is -4 plus 3? -1. So you're going to have 4 to the -1. Okay, what do we do with negatives? Spencer, put it up. We put it on the bottom. Okay, so you're going to have 4 to the 1 on the bottom, and we have a 1 on top. Okay, 11 is what type of rule?
Power.
It's a power rule. How can you tell?
Because
The parentheses lets us know that's a power rule, okay? The power rule says multiply the exponents. Okay, so it's going to be 3 to the -3 times 2. Okay, what is -3 times 2?
-6.
Yeah, so it's going to be 3 to the -6. And we have negatives. What do we do with negatives? Isaiah, what are you doing? You need a pencil? Yeah, I know. Why are you just sitting there picking at your nails?
Because.
Nah, bro. Okay, and so you can move that 6 to the bottom and throw a 1 on top. Okay, look at 13. What type of rule is that? Division. Okay, so division, it says subtract the exponents, top minus bottom. Okay, so we're going to keep the same big. And we say the top one, which is -1, minus the bottom one, which is 0. -1 minus 0 is what? -1. So it's going to be 4 to the -1. What do we do with negatives? Come on, switch your butt up, dude. Put it on the bottom. And we put a 1 on top. Okay, we just finished division rule, and I said it always goes in this order. Division, and then we start back up here. Simplifying, product, power, division. Simplifying, product, power, division. Okay, on all the ones we've already done, they're just numbers. Okay, so now we're going to get into what happens when they have one letter. Okay, and you can see some of these, they have one letter. Okay, so simplifying, it says, does it have any zeros? Does it have any negatives? Yeah, okay, and so we move the negatives to the bottom, and we put a 1 on top. Okay, look at 17. What type of rule is that?
Product.
Yeah, it's a product rule, and so we need to add the exponents. Okay, we multiply the bigs, add the littles. So it's going to be 3 times 3, n to the, and we really have a 1 plus 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 is going to give me 9 for the front, n to the 4th. Okay, do we have any negatives? Do we have any zeros? No, so we're done. Look at 19. What type of rule is it? Power rule? And so power rule tells us to multiply the exponent. So it's going to be r to the 4 times 2. What's 4 times 2? 8. So it's going to be r to the 8. He yells at me. Yeah. If they're calling for Garrison, his not mine. Okay, look at 21. What type of rule is it? It's division. So we're going to draw our bar, and you put all the bigs where they go. So you're going to have a 4 on top, and then we subtract the exponents. Top minus bottom.
Coming up here with your iPad, y'all have each other's iPads.
Who?
Somebody's coming up here with his iPad,
Oh.
they have each other's.
Okay, subtract top minus bottom. So you're going to have m to the 0 minus 2. Okay, what goes on bottom? Huh? I'm saying right now. Right now, what goes on bottom?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, there's nothing put on the bottom. Or you could put, what? A 1. Okay, if you wanted to. But you are right by thinking ahead. So you're going to have 4 m to the negative 2. And where would that go?
Bottom.
It would go to the bottom eventually. So you're going to have 4 m squared. Okay? Okay, 23. What type of rule is that? Simplify. Okay, we just finished division, so simplify comes next. Okay, and so is there any zeros?
No.
Is there any negatives? Yeah, so you draw your little bar. Where does the 3 go? Y.
Positive.
No, I'm saying letter Y.
Top.
Top. X to the negative 3.
Down.
Bottom, and it needs to say a positive 3. Okay? 25. What type of rule is that?
Power.
It's a power rule. Okay, we multiply the bigs, add the littles. So you're going to have 3 times 2. Those are the bigs. What am I going to have for the x's? X to the... It's going to be 0 plus 2. Y to the... Y to the 4th, and there's not another one to add with it, so you kind of are just leaving it. Okay? So, 3 times 2, what are we going to get? 6. X to the what? 2. Y to the 4. Do we have any zeros?
No.
Do we got any negatives? No, so we're done. Okay, 27, what kind of rule is that? Power rule. Okay, it's got the parentheses, it's the power rule. Okay, and then this one gets distributed to each piece. You multiply the exponents. Okay, so it's really x to the 0 times negative 3, y to the 4 times negative 3. Okay, 0 times negative 3 is what?
0.
0. Y, and you're going to have what for the y's?
12.
Negative 12. Okay, do we have any zeros?
Yeah.
Okay, what does the 0 become?
1.
A 1, or it can,
Cross out.
Cancel.
yeah, it can cross out. So do whatever makes you comfortable. Okay? So, and I'm going to write it over here. If you make it a 1, okay, and you change this to a 1, or you cross it out, you're going to get the same thing eventually. What happens to the 12?
Put in the bottom.
It goes on the bottom. So you draw your bar, and you put the 12 on the bottom. What goes on top? A 1. Okay, on this one, where does the 1 go? Does it need moved? What about the 12? Okay, so either way, whether you cross it out or you put the 1, you're going to get the same thing either way. Okay? It absolutely does not matter one bit. Okay, look at 29.